So as we close our eyes and enter within, into that space which we now return to so often and so easily, we feel the pleasure of the divine love and light coursing through our bodies, and we breathe it in, we relax into it, and we allow ourselves to begin to feel the bliss of the reality of the fifth dimension and above. It comes through a simple returning within, returning into our bodies, our core, our heart space, as we center in our hearts, leaving aside the ego mind, and knowing, even if its chattering continues, I am in my quiet space within. I am the light of my soul descending from above, its light filling my being. And I begin to know myself as the being of light, inhabiting a physical body. So I move my focus away from my outer self, back into my inner self, and connect to the higher aspect of myself, which is now able to flow into my human presence. For the spiritual work that I have done, and the increase in energies coming to us from the galaxy and beyond, have now raised my frequency sufficiently for me to be able to experience my light, the light of my consciousness, the light of my soul. And I feel its divine presence, and I bask in its presence, relaxing more deeply in my body and allowing my soul to take me ever more deeply into my heart. There is nothing I need to do here. The freedom of non-doing, where nothing is required of me, nothing is expected of me, for all is accepted with divine love and grace. I can choose, if I wish to move into my peace and bliss, or if I wish to, if I prefer to stay in my ego mind or my agitated emotions, I am also free to stay there if I choose. But I no longer choose that, for I have chosen the divine. I have chosen to continue with the clearing and transmuting of my older self, my lower self, to move ever more deeply into my soul, my true self, the light of my presence. I am no longer a slave to the outer world, but increasingly becoming master of myself. I set the intention to guard my thoughts. As my thought patterns, belief systems and so on become more apparent to me as I observe them from my true self, I learn the detachment of my true self, simply the observer, ever patient. There's no words or judgments here. I could say it is simply an observer, but it's not even that. Its presence goes far beyond the title of observer. It is an integral part of the whole universe. As my soul star chakra above my head comes more into my awareness, as the light of my soul descends into my physical presence, and I experience my true self as consciousness, as light, the light of self, I move further upwards without leaving my body and allow my stellar gateway to open. It may feel that I am rising upwards and outwards, which in a way I am, but in truth it is entering more deeply inwards, and my central column of my chakra system now includes my soul star chakra and stellar gateway. The awareness of my aura contains so much more of me than the self I always thought I was. As I rise in consciousness to my stellar gateway, it becomes like an antenna that opens upwards and outwards. It enters into my awareness, my galactic consciousness, as I feel my presence without limit. My presence everywhere throughout the galaxy. For both myself and my planet Gaia move into galactic consciousness as we both become within our galactic universal selves, as we are accepted and welcomed into our galaxy in consciousness. It is a wonderful experience, but it is in a way not new to us, for it is how it has always been, and I re-experience my galactic self. As I rest in this place of infinity and eternity. I am welcomed back into this dimension beyond the physical realm and the limitations of my third dimensional existence. Here, there are so many stars that I know, so many energies that I am familiar with. I may be drawn to Arcturus, Andromeda, Lyra, Syria, the Pleiades, to my own planet, Gaia, to the many planets in my solar system, and what stands out the most to me at this time is the central sun of my galaxy. As I look through my sun of my solar system to the sun beyond of Alcyone of the Pleiades, I feel such beauty in the energy coming to me from Alcyone, as through my third eye I connect, and through my heart I send my love. And so I feel an intensity of the love and light that now flows to me from my central sun. I feel how it is raised in my consciousness, how purifying it is, and I simply allow myself to receive. It is the upgrading or awakening of my higher chakras that is allowing this connection, which I was so cut off from when I had not been able to expand my awareness beyond the physical human perceptions of the senses, but my spiritual senses have awakened my consciousness has expanded as my frequency has raised, and I now have gratitude for this experience, this connection with my central sun, as I simply soak up into my very being this divine light. As I move ever more deeply into union with Alcyone, I experience memories and attachments and identifications of my old third-dimensional self beginning to dissolve away. For here I do not need them. My presence has shifted from my ego self to my divine self, the true self, the light of my soul. As I simply allow the old self to fall away, I have the trust within me to simply let go and surrender in full trust into the divine, where the ego no longer needs to take control, as control is passed to a much higher, benevolent aspect. As I look upon the lower vibrations of fear and negativity of the third-dimensional world, I feel I no longer need it as part of my being. And I am free to appreciate the beauty of nature, of all her kingdoms, the privilege of existence upon this planet. I feel the transformation taking place as all the dark transmutes and only love and light, joy and bliss remain. Within the third dimension, I now feel safe, comforted, and experience a beautiful existence without fear. These are the frequencies, the energies which are offered to us to lead us into that realm. You may find that much appears to be taking place within your headspace as you receive not only into your heart but also into your head as new channels are created within your physical brain, as the old patterns are removed and replaced with higher thoughts. In the silence of your mind, you find higher wisdom. You no longer feel the need to be in control, to take care of yourself, to protect yourself. For this comes from the ego sphere, but you can now trust in your divine self, and thus you surrender into the divine flow of life. As you give up your power, your ego power, so you surrender to the divine power, the Christed light, coming into your solar plexus. True power is the world of love. Allow the light to continue to expand within you. Feel how it radiates from you how it amplifies in the power of our circle of love, of oneness, as we come together. And we see in our vision the beautiful world which we are creating, a world without fear. Allow all these energies to move into your body, into every cell, into your mind and emotions, and feel your presence within. I am. I am my consciousness, and my consciousness is love. My consciousness is light. I am light, and light is love. And this love begins to swamp me. And it is only possible to feel this love for myself. And when I feel that I am completely filled with unconditional love throughout my being, my body, and my aura, I open my eyes